Manu. How's it going? Hey, welcome to Kaitiaki Māra Kai, and I'm just doing a bit of an update on our backyard garden project, our Kaitiaki Māra Kai. Man, we just had a bit of a storm come through up here, and so I'm just going to do a bit of a run around. I've picked some corn, tomatoes, and courgettes, and yeah, just going to do a bit of update. Had to harvest the corn because the wind blew it over last night, and I'll show you some of our tomatoes because they've been a bit hammered as well. So my second batch of tomatoes got really hammered, so hopefully it'll be okay. But anyway, we'll have a look around and you can have a little nosy on how things are going. But I hope you're going all right. Just a bit of an update too. We are looking at, move around this way, so you get a bit of a shot of my garden. See where the potatoes have come out over there. So we're in the planning phase for going into autumn, and in the cycle that we're doing now is we're starting to consider the next season we're going into and what that means for us. So we're going into autumn, and so there are whānau that are doing seedlings that relate to the autumn winter sowing. So if you break the year up like we do for the lunar calendar, Te Maramataka, you break it up into your seasonal periods, summer, autumn, winter and spring. We think about what we're going to plant in those times and those seasons and what's good for that period. My kumara down here, that's not going to be due till May, June. Same too with on the papakainga, so they've got to pretty much just let them grow, down in there. I'm going to weed them out a bit tomorrow, but all that's our kumara just here. So we're like over here, I'm just re-pepping the soil. We had potatoes in there. I've got whānau that's given me some cow poop, and so I'm just letting it sit for a week or so before I sow in either seedlings or different vegetables in there. And I'm adding in manure just to give some good nutrients to the soil. Someone also mentioned about making sure we put some lime back in to break down the different types of chemicals in there. I'm not so familiar with that side of the balancing out of that. The way I tend to deal with that is I'll get good compost that's been made up, and I'll add that to the soil, and so I'm adding in freshly composted materials for the garden. But there are those that know about the different chemicals and the nutrients that need to go in it, and so they'll add some in there. Maybe I'll do a session where we talk about that at some point. But anyway, we're just going to have a little quick round and just show you, see what's going on, and take it from there. Got some photos as well, but good to be back. Here's our today's harvest. Pumpkins, corn, tomatoes, chilies, and courgettes. Awesome. Right, so here's our tomato lot. So as you can see, she got pretty. Look at this. These were up here along there, so they're about the height of the bottom of the window there, or a bit higher, and that wind came through, and this is obviously a bit of a valley, well, not a valley, but a wind fair area, and so I'm going to see if I can recover these, but they got tomatoes on there on the lower levels. It's just been munted. It was a pretty vicious wind, so I'll just have a look. I might get some bigger stakes tomorrow and just see what we can do. This seems pretty bad. That's the tomatoes, but we got some on there. Look at that big baby. Good boy, eh? some of this will be recoverable. But anyway, that's the tomato area. This was the last lot that I planted around the side of the garage. Gets all of the sun. Whereas my other ones done really well. I've already harvested the pumpkin that was here. It died off, so I ended up only getting 2 pumpkins out of this lot, and I'll show you those there. Get some more other red tomatoes. This one's not so bad. It's a bit more sheltered here. There's another pumpkin over there. The vine had grown up on the fence, which is actually not a bad idea. I might try that next year. Try to grow their vine along that fence and see if we can actually have the pumpkin doing what this one did. It's only a baby one, but hey. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, me itty. But anyway, I'll go and put that over there. Courgettes. And here's our kumbara. She's growing all over the place, so I'm hoping as the all these the shoots grow out, they go down too. But that's a good size there. And we've got 2 of these, 1, 2, 3 of these back on the papakainga. Got some broccoli in here, starting to put in some. There's the courgettes. Here's some lettuce. I found out that actually I thought these were the capsicums, which these ones are. Those buggies, beautiful. But some of these are actually chilies, because when we ate one the other day, tino weta, it was hot, so we got a few chilies in there too. Unbeknown to me, it's not what it said on the box. See the label down here. That's alright, they kind of handled alright. Silver beet's going well. Got some kale up in here that I've planted. Celery for my Italian dishes. The lettuce, just a bundle of lettuce there. Just pick them off. And here are the tomatoes and basil. So the basil's now gone to seed. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to let the seed fall all along there. I want to see if I can grow basil next year. Here's what I got out of today. The corn had fallen over, so I've harvested. I've got about 6, 7 cobs, and then some more tomatoes. Then got pumpkin, courgettes, and then along over here where we had the potatoes. I'm just introducing materials into there, build up the nutrient levels, and then we're going to replant that. I'm going to plant that out with some autumn vegetables, and eventually refill all this up, replace it. So put some vegetables in, allow them to go through their growth cycle. Then when they harvest, pull them out, put some new materials in. The layering of materials that I put down, the pea straw, I've dug that in, so now it's adding back into the soil. But you'll see there's poop. You know? Look at that! Look at that! Beautiful. Hey, soil. Beautiful, eh? Massive. So yeah. Got any ideas what I think should put along here? Gets the sun in the morning. It's a bit sheltered, free from the wind. Hey, I'd love to have a bit of feedback. What do you think I should put in here? It's about 3 meters long by 900 mils in width, so 300 that way. If you've got any ideas that I can plant in there, love to get some feedback and see how let it grow together. So that's the Māra behind the shed. Tomatoes are doing great. I'm really happy with our season of tomatoes this year. We had lunch after church today. We had vogel bread toasted with avocado spread out on top of it, and then sliced tomatoes with salt and pepper. Divine. And these aren't These are sweet tomatoes, not acidy ones, so Joseph even loves them, so it's pretty cool. Feijoas are starting to come through, which Joseph will be really happy. And right at the start, this is where I had the corn and some other tomatoes, and so we've had a week or 2 weeks of rain and wind, and just look how just in that 2-week window all the weeds have come back up. It's just a continual journey. Here's another one of the new tomatoes plant there, and some more. Look at these capsicums. Oh, beautiful. So that's interesting. So slightly sheltered as opposed to open over there. They seem to be a lot more stronger. So that could possibly be a lesson. Have them growing beside somewhere, because that looks beautiful. What do you think, Rach? Yeah, got a whānau member down in Auckland that's really into growing those, so might be able to give me some jungle tips. Yeah, corn had all on the ground, so I've harvested that. There's some more basil. So I've been drying out my basil, and just going to store it up. It's a lovely smell, eh? It's just beautiful. Lovely. Anyways, here's our marakai. So what have I learned this year so far? Good for tomatoes. Got to stake them. Got to remember to keep on top of them in relationship to any of the like this little thing over here. See in between the shoots that come up. You just slow it down in the relationship to all the energy going into the shoots, as opposed to the fruit, which are down here. We want the energy cycles to go through. So staking, preparation, got to keep on the weeds, grass, mulch, pea straw, so forth. Yeah, so this summer tomatoes have been really awesome. The courgettes have been awesome. Got heaps of those. The potatoes were, I got more on the land, and on the land that was a digless garden. So I think for potatoes here, not to disturb the soil as much, because we didn't really get much. Maybe I did the mound too high. Maybe next year for this site, if I just do the potatoes on a flat level rather than mounding up, and then as the tupu comes through or the shoots come through, then I just mound up once the shoots come through rather than doing the other way. So I might try that next year over here. Yeah, time is just a thing for us, so I never got to put another line down here, but that's what I might do next year. I'm going to definitely have corn, because we've had corn this year. Has been another one that's been good, so I'm going to probably do the corn along this stretch, and I might actually do quite a bit of it, so it's tucked in there, because man, that corn, but anyway, so we are moving out of the summer stuff into looking at autumn planting, and that's the move we're going into now with our Kaitiaki Marakai project. Hey, big shout out to the Kaikoe markets. They're back in swinging things again. So if you've got stuff there, hook up to Mike Shaw and the team over that way. Also over to Haneda with the other lot doing the one plot, one garden. They've got a big marakai just west of Kaikoe, where they've got Kamakamo, Kumara and so forth, so they'll be doing their thing soon. Remember whānau, the goal is to have 600 gardens in Kaikoe, just little back gardens, and maybe you just grow one thing. It's been a lot of work for me to do, because I've got multiple things growing. I've got tomatoes, I had corn, I've got basil, silver beet, lettuces, potatoes, so that's a lot of work, and I just wanted to show you what it's like with multiple things planted. What you may want to do, and this is the project that Haneda and her team are looking at, is one plot, one whānau. So you take one item and you grow that. So for example, if we wanted to, we could turn that whole Māra behind the shed, let's say, into a kumara patch, And so when it comes to harvesting the kumara, we have enough for our whānau, and then the surplus we can barter it or trade it with others that might have potatoes or might have other types of vegetables, kumara and pumpkin, and so forth. So those who already had gardens this year with us, hook us, give me a message if you're wanting to look at the next season. I'm going to be touching base with some of you about what you want to do for coming into autumn, and we'll have some seedlings for you. So yeah, kia ora whānau. Anyway, Kaitiaki Māra kai, backyard garden, food security and sustainability moving into the future. And I was part of a group yesterday, and we were talking about marakai, and one of the kaumātua there said, oh, I've got 100 acres that you might want to use, so that could be a possibility for us for, say, a kumara bara next year. It's a bit of a big one, but hey, if the whānau is willing to offer some whenua, and we could just put it down, and maybe we can generate some pūtea for the whānau as well. Alright, hei kona, have a great week, and may the Lord bless you and keep you, and may His face continue to shine upon you. Get out in the garden, breathe the fresh air that God has given us, take the opportunity to feed the whānau. It's been a blessing eating our own kai this year. The vegetables up here are expensive, and we haven't had to buy much. Koina te take maha ngā hua whenua I roto I te mara. That's why we've planted a lot of different varieties of vegetables, so we don't have to buy them from the shop. Alright, hei kona!